Holy cow. Welcome to Donnie's Hangout Adventures. Today is just another day. It's not really anything special. To me, it's sort of special to me because every month that goes by is another month that I haven't smoked a single cigarette. Not a single one. And well, today is what? Yeah, 15 months. Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 years. Later this year, because there's no question, I'm done with smoking. There's no chance ever that I will pick up another cigarette. Because at this point, I'm really proud. I'm proud of how I've done. My wife's proud. My mom is proud. A lot of people are proud of how I have done. You know what? I'm extremely proud of how I have done because I had to do this the hard way. Yeah, there's a lot of people that can use the patches, and some people can use the nicotine gum and all of that. But with me, and I knew this for a few years, I've known this for a while actually, even before I quit smoking, that I knew I couldn't do that because there was a high risk by doing that. It's not necessarily saying that you will, but there is a high risk that you could have a seizure. So I had literally I've talked about it before, probably deleted, but I had to literally do this the hard way. Was it easy? No, it's not. But it's like most stuff in life, it's never easy. And yeah, I had to do it the hard way. But you know, basically what I did was I got suckers and I chewed gum. And I tried to keep myself busy, especially in the first, I don't know, first 3 months, 4 months, you know. I didn't have the overall craving that a lot of people do. They quit. I think the reason for that is because I was smoking full flavors. And they made me cough way too much. So I went to lights and ultra lights. And that's pretty much what I was smoking there towards the end before I eventually did quit. And you know, I'm proud of myself how I have done. It's been 15 months. It will be 15 months at 4 o'clock. And I remember the time, it was like 4:03 when I officially took my last puff of a cigarette. I know that sounds weird, but I can actually remember the time, and do I have any cravings? Rarely. And I mean rarely. I rarely have a craving in and of itself because I don't have any desire whatsoever to pick up a cigarette. I don't want to smoke anymore. I'm completely done with it. And you know, I know it's hard. I'm not going to try to say, you know, you can quit. You know, I'm not going to try to get on that kick. And you know, I'm not on the kick of telling people, you know, you should quit smoking. I'm not on that kick because I've been there. I think it's better for your health if you don't smoke a cigarette. I do think that. I'm not going to be one that's crusades against people quitting smoking because I know how hard it is to quit. And if you are trying to quit, you know, just try to have a good plan for how you're going to quit. Try to have a good support system around you if you can, because let me tell you this, it's harder to quit being around somebody that smokes a lot than it is to be around somebody that doesn't smoke. I really believe that. I really believe that. I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but that is the absolute truth. It was a lot easier for me to quit smoking when my wife does not smoke cigarettes. She does not smoke cigarettes at all. She's not a smoker. So that really helped in and of itself. You know, living with it was then my fiance and now it's my wife. So that really helped, that living with her, because she doesn't smoke cigarettes. So that may sound a little dumb, but it's not. That if you're around people that smoke, you're going to have a hard time of trying to quit. But if you're around people that don't smoke, you're going to have an easier time transitioning from that. And you know, that's another thing, that when you're around people now after 15 months, actually this started pretty early on, probably like in the first 6 or 7 months, that when you're around somebody that's smoking, you really can't stand the smell of it. You really can't stand the smell of it. The thing that I still do, and I just wonder if this is ever going to leave, there's one thing I still do, and it's still a habit of mine, is I still do this with my hands. Yeah, I still do that with my hands. I just wonder if that's just a habit. I think it is, because I still do this with my hands. I don't do it as often as I used to, but I still do it from time to time. I think that might be more of a habit thing from when you were smoking, and I still do that, not as often, not as often. And you know, I do notice that with my hands. I do move my hands a lot. I've always did that even when I was smoking, so I don't think that's a non-smoking thing. I don't know. I've always done it with my hands. I'm very animate with my hands. I don't know why. Just something I've always done. Sometimes it drives people nuts on my videos that I move my hands too much. That's just what I do. Anyway. Well, just a cow. You got anything you want to add on my anniversary of, 15 months of quitting smoking? No? Well, that's all, folks.